should we get into some Skeleton Crew?
Oh, yes. The penultimate episode.
The penultimate episode, indeed.
Poor. So, once again, I'm here to tell you that I was right.
Yeah.
The Mint, as I suspected, or predicted, which was, I think, a very safe prediction,
Yeah.
that they've just been stockpiling money. But then, was I expecting it to be that much money?
When you see the size of that vault, and he's like, how many of these? 1,189 or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
there's like over 1,000. It's like,
Yeah. I was like, oh my god.
And if you think, the last time we saw a vault of money was Andor on that planet. And that was that was a decent size amount of credits. But it was pretty small compared to this.
So, I want to be clear, I adore this show.
Mm.
I do have one slight concern that it doesn't make complete sense.
Okay.
So this was a Republic planet.
Yep.
And it was the Mint. Very important governmentally. Makes sense it was hidden.
Yep.
I would expect the Chancellor to know of this planet. How have they been protected from the Empire?
So
that's one thing that I'm really.
How has it been forgotten?
About. There's no way Palpatine, when he's building his new place, just goes, "Oh, leave the old Republic, Min," because he will have had to know it exists and know where it is. He was the Senate.
So here's a counter to maybe how that's happened, because if you think back to the prequels and the Senate and how different factions control different things.
Might be a banking clan type beat.
Whether it was a banking clan, like, set up these planets and then hid them when, like, things were unsure because they want to protect their assets. And obviously the Chancellor, Palpatine, he's only going to know that, oh, the banking clan controls the mints. Like, and if they're hidden well enough before, and he doesn't, like, see, let's be honest, he's probably not ever physically visited these locations. Like,
no, probably not.
It's typical government thing. They don't go to where the things are. They just get a document on their desk that tells them this is how much money we have. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's like a banking clan helped hide it, or like something with the Senate, they helped hide it. Yeah, but yeah, there is that, like, how was it forgotten?
Yeah,
or who set it up to be hidden?
Because his thing, even if it was the banking clan has in it, which does make a bit of sense, why would they just leave an old mint going instead of switching it to an Imperial mint?
That's, yeah, it's somebody.
And maybe it'll get explained. Maybe we will, like, in this last episode, get a bit of information that goes, oh, that makes more sense. We see how that's happened. But right now, I'm kind of like, right, we know it's the Republic, because they said the Republic a bunch of times. We know it's the official Republic Mint, or one of them. We assume all the other planets are as well. But they could have been other important things. And they don't know anything's wrong. The Chancellor would be at least aware that this planet exists and it's hidden. Why would Palpatine not do anything to get hold of this? Because at the very least, the value of, like, reforging that metal into the new Imperial currency would be important.
Counter idea. What if this wasn't ever, like, the main Republic Mint? It was set up to be hidden because there was this, like, war brewing, and the non-separatist side were like, we should, like, we've set up this new mint, we're going to hide it. That way, if we need credits, it's hidden from, like, potential wars breaking out. Like, maybe it was a proactive thing of, like, we're going to set this up now because we think shit's about to go wrong.
But surely
those people dying
of it.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. It was known about that these planets were hidden because, remember, the owl astrologer, like, found information, said, like, look, there was this. So it was known about, but it's like, it's that sort of thing where it's information that only maybe a certain amount of people knew. They hid that information away, and just, as we've learned, it's been hundreds of years. That was mentioned in it. Like, it's been hundreds of years. It's like that information has just been lost to time, sort of thing. And it, like it has for the pirates, it's become like a myth of this treasure planet. I think they're leaning into the idea of just a war happened, lots of people died that were in political positions, information was forgotten, time moved on. Well, a war happened, the Empire took over, the Empire fell, a new republic and new government was set up, the Jedi are long gone. Like, a lot has changed politically. That's the sort of thing where this secret project we hid could very easily just get forgotten over time.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see if we do get an explanation exactly of how, like, that happened.
Thought it was interesting that the parents' little, like, hologram message, I think it was Wim's dad, was like, you all weren't supposed to learn this yet. You learn it after graduation. So it's like, they all know they're a mint that is hidden to the world. But I like that they're so, like, brainwashed into probably that this is the Republic mint that has to be kept hidden for its safety, that they've just kept going and never questioned.
Yeah. They know they don't get a lot of communication. They know that a ship will turn up when they need to collect more money.
It's obviously been a very long time since the ships come, because
people have stood on the bit of grass.
Yeah. Well, yeah, all the current generation of, because if you've got to think it's been hundreds of years, this generation of people probably have never had a ship arrive, because they were all like, what is this announcement that a ship, like, there's an emissary here? And then there's people get out, like, out on the grass, and it just starts lifting up, and the droids all go into protocol mode, because they're like, it's just programming. They're like, oh, we ship arriving. Please stay still. Please do not. Please stand clear. And then the fact they was lifting up and there's people on it and they're just sliding down.
Yeah, they didn't have a clue.
No. So that's another thing. Like, how long has it been since someone's been here? Even though the droids are acting like this is normal, I think the question the parents are going to be like is, we've never had a ship come. And I think it's going to start unraveling in this finale, that the kids obviously are going to be like, the Republic doesn't exist. And there's going to be this sudden, like, unraveling of the world's completely changed outside.
I guess what they can do as well is just go, right, they beat Jod. He doesn't kill everyone, hopefully.
Order 66.
They find out that the Republic doesn't exist. And they go, right, we're just going to stay hidden, but we don't have to just be drones anymore. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Like a little mini rebellion against the drones, which control everything. Which is insane, by the way, that the droids control literally everything.
Well, like, the whole thing in the woods where they were like, please put down the recording device or you will be stunned. And they're like, perfect accuracy, stunning everyone. I love the, like, passing of the, like, rugby ball.
Yeah.
I do think, so obviously we're going to find out in this finale, I think, who is the supervisor. The voice on the tannoy, I don't believe.
Yeah, I'm so curious. Maybe they just baited us into thinking the supervisor matters, but surely it has to, right?
So here's my theory. And I'm still, like, with the two that I've kind of been saying. One is it's Tak Renard, and he is just an old guy now, and that's why he kind of sounded like an old guy, and it's going to turn out like he just was like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep all that. Maybe he sort of understood this sort of money in the wrong hands is an issue. I'm just going to live here peacefully. I've escaped the pirates. I loved the fact that the ship was a mint ship, and that's why it was, like, hidden. Genius. So smart. Also, them setting this, like, design precedent now of a chrome ship is like an old school ship, because if you think Mando's new one is an old fighter ship.
Yeah.
And, like, they're saying this, like, design language that any, like, metallic chrome ship is from the old days.
The old times. The before.
So yeah, so it's either Tak Renard and he's just an old, and that's going to be the reveal, and he knows Jod or something, like you said, like maybe he's an old, he has the Force abilities as well or something. Or it is like I was saying back at the beginning, like, what if this is a droid stuck on this is our protocol? So they've just been in control, and like whoever was a supervisor, they have like recordings of his voice for when there used to be emissaries came. And it's just things like that. If they ever need to play something, they play it. But like, it's just, they're going to go to an office and it's like an assistant droid. And they're just going to be like, he's not available at the moment. And then they open the door and there's just nobody in the office. It's like cobwebs and it's like
chaos.
The droids have been running things. It's interesting.
I'm really curious to see how it ends. Once again, they've not given us too many answers.
No.
They've kept this story developing and giving us enough to think the story is going to be able to complete in the next episode without us going, oh god, that was rushed. But they've not given us so much that we know what the answers are. And I love and hate that at the same time because I crave the knowledge.
Yes.
Same. But it's been paced beautifully so far. I really hope they stick to the landing.
They have. This whole, like, leaning on this whole, originally it was like the mystery of this planet. Then they gave us that information at like kind of the right time. We're like, oh, now we've got answers of what this planet was, why. But then we're going to the question of like, wait, who's running the planet? I think it's safe to assume Jod's not gonna turn the corner anymore. I feel like
I don't know.
No, I don't believe it anymore. I think
I want to believe it.
I
you want to know why I want to believe it? And this is very much kind of metagaming.
Okay.
How many times in more recent history, for stuff that is geared towards more children, this is the kind of show that is trying to grab a new generation of Star Wars fans, does an A-lister be an out-and-out evil bastard?
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
It'd be the sort of twist where everyone's like, kind of like, is he an old Jedi? Surely he's going to come around. Imagine he Order 66s them at the end.
Here's the thing. I completely agree. Because I'm so convinced he will turn that corner, if he doesn't, it's a better ending. Because they genuinely managed to surprise me. But I am still sitting here going, I think he will. Because of how the show has been presented. I loved 33.
Oh,
when she was like,
the unclaimsies.
Like, yeah, I unclaimed it. I claimed it for the kids, and he's just like, good enough for me.
I fucking love that, and it shows how child coded pirate lore is, because he was like, 33 was like, well, technically, you're the captain of the frigate now, and a pirate captain can only have one ship. That is by law. And he goes, oh well, I claims is this ship for myself. And then it's just as simple as she goes, well, I unclaims is it, because that's what a kid would say. Yeah. And then he's like, yep, good enough for me.
I love how it shows, even though 33 does like have internal rules to follow, there is a little bit of flexibility there from like his damage. I like to think it's from like the damage. It's like a couple of circuits are loose, which allow him to fuck with rules a little bit. So in his thing, he's like, I'll accept it.
I like to think it's the fact that he's a pirate droid, which is not what a droid should be. Like, a droid is, like you say, rules, law, what's coded. Yeah. Being a pirate droid, you're always going to break your own rules and coding. But yeah, the whole claimsies, unclaimsies was great. The frigate's going to be interesting, though, because it's like, I wonder if he does make contact with him. Because if he doesn't, do they just presume he died in there?
Yeah.
But then they still know where this planet is.
But they have no idea how to get in.
No, but if only like that information is no longer fully a secret.
All they know is that Tak Renard's ship, because that's what they think of it as, not an emissary ship. They think of it as Tak Renard's ship.
True.
Had at some point an ability to get in.
Yeah. It's just it's that sort of thing though, like it leaves an open loop if they don't, if the frigate just leaves, and I'm not against this because it kind of leaves things open for the future of there's this open thread of if that information's told in a bar as pirates tell tales, oh, Jod went into what he said was this treasure planet and never returned, and like they mentioned, he said the ship was a key, and it's like one person overhearing it then goes, and looks at that information is no longer fully secret. There's like someone could take that and be like, look into it.
It's one of them ones where it leaves it open enough that if they never want to touch it again, no one's going to go, oh, someone definitely would have worked it out. But if someone does work it out, people will be like, fair enough.
Pirates talk, like, it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that,
really,
or I
really
think
good.
he makes, like, say he turns the corner to be good, maybe he, like, says, oh yeah, it's safe for you to fly in, we've turned things off.
Just fucking murk them.
Yeah, and they fly into the storm and then all the things go red again and just zap the frigate. I love the way that, like, they got through the fake storm and it's just like, the planet felt so tiny compared to what they'd gone through. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, it's literally just a tiny little planet in the middle of... But this whole, like, mystery around why this planet has been hidden, and they probably won't fully answer it.
I guess the bigger question is, how did this one survive in a controlled, normal way when all the other planets, by the sounds of it, went to shit?
Well, this is the thing. It's like, they were all different resources, is what they said. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they were all mints. They could have been. But then it's like, yeah, like you say, why did some of the other ones rebel and turn into, like, completely different planets? Or is it some were, like, like planets where they just became an experiment? Also, the thing in the underground mint, that giant orb.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's more than just printing money. It seems suspiciously, like, almost weapon-like.
I mean, money is the most dangerous weapon ever.
Well, yeah.
Down with capitalism.
But you know what I mean? Like, it seemed very suspicious.
It was an interesting design choice.
It's like,
I don't know if they were just trying to give a sense of scale.
Maybe.
Or maybe the planet is a giant robot.
Well, it's clearly the core have been, like, hollowed out to hide these.
Mecha Planet? Hori would love to show you more if it becomes Mecha Planet.
Oh, if they just start, like, the kids start making mechs.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick. Star Wars meets Gundam. I'm on board.
It probably really exists.
It probably does somewhere. You're not wrong. There's also the possibility that, what if the supervisor is Hondo? And what if that's why it's been kept hidden? Because he knows. Like, he's the sort of person that if he got wind of a hidden planet, but would also know about all the evil, like the Empire and stuff, that he would know this needs to be kept hidden.
My only problem with that is the way Tak Renan's been described as, like, mercilessly killing, like, 2 full crews.
All stories from pirates, not necessarily the truth.
Well, one came from 33 because he was there.
Yeah, but has he told 33, this is the memory you have to have because I'm the captain?
Maybe. There are ways they can get around it.
Like, they could...
And it'd be nice to know where Hondo is.
I don't think it'll be Hondo. I don't actually think I want it to be Hondo. They've done so well at, like, keeping this completely disconnected, but just connected to the world enough that it doesn't feel like, oh, why have you shoehorned that in?
Imagine it's the ghost of Obi-Wan.
Well, there's so many different, but they could throw anyone. Imagine it's Starkiller.
That would be such an insane way to bring Starkiller.
He's just sat in a tower, just, like, chilling. Just, yeah. I could destroy this planet, but
I've been trapped in here for 20 years, and now you've unleashed me. But that is, like, the most fucking Twitter meme ever. It's like, Starkiller, I need you to distract Kang.
They've missed a trick of, like, having Sam Witwer's credit after the Tak Rennet hologram one, because then people would have gone, oh my god, Sam Witwer's Starkiller's...
No, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what they would have done.
But yeah, I mean, I'm so intrigued for this finale.
Oh, I mean, you have to be, don't you?
The kids... like, to see where they end up, I think you might be right that like they get to be this new age of you get to be explorers now. Like none of them want to really go home.
No.
Especially
I love
Wim.
Neil going, yeah, that adventure was great. I mean, he almost was dying half the time, but that's what an adventure is.
Can we talk about Neil's dad looks like a... Because we've only seen his mum.
Is that not his mum? Yeah.
Well, no, but in the hologram, there was also his dad with like tusks.
Oh, yeah.
His dad looks like a badass. Like that race.
Why is he not down there? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna do my impression of a fake angry at anything remotely woke real quick.
Oh god, here we go.
Of course, the only one that had two parents was the disabled girls, and of course they were lesbians. Woke nonsense.
God, we on Star Wars Spirit.
I'm just sat there. I was like, I just know there are some woke, anti-woke bastards who saw that, and that was genuinely their first thought.
And there's also single boss mum, like successful woman in business, as another one that probably they hate. So
yeah, it's just so it did make me chuckle when I spotted that.
But yeah, I mean,
just it's been phenomenal. This show has been something I didn't know I wanted from Star Wars, and it has just stuck the landing so major. I really, really, really hope they do not mess up the finale, and I can just leave this show and go, "Wow, that was a whole new side of Star Wars that I didn't even know I wanted."
It has been a nice breath of fresh air for Star Wars. And I actually think, obviously, I don't see all the like opinions on this across my social media because mine's pretty generally good, but I would say a lot of people have been like, "Oh, this is actually a really good show." Like Star Wars has finally given us some and like compared to like Acolyte, what we saw from that, like it's been nice to see the Star Wars fandom generally be like overly positive about this show.
Yeah, it's been really, really nice. I've had a great time with it. I hope everyone else has been enjoying it as well.
Yeah.